Hello and welcome. What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. Today we're doing the most expensive unboxing in the history of the channel. Let's get it. All right, guys. This is about to be the most expensive unboxing in the history of unboxings on this channel. Tackle Warehouse was having their annual Labor Day sale, and I went a little ham. I've also got a new product here from 6 Cents Fishing that I'm going to show you, and I ordered a fairly expensive Swimbait as well. I'm going to open it all right here on camera. We're going to look at it together. I'm extremely excited to show you this stuff, but most of all, I'm excited to just open it. This all got here yesterday, but you know I like to do these unboxings and open everything with you guys here on camera, so I was patient and I held off on cracking into this box. This is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun one. I got some new reels, I got some new baits, and man, I dropped a couple dollars on this one, guys. I don't really like to spend money. The younger version of me was really irresponsible with my money. Like, I didn't care about spending it. I bought stupid stuff all the time and didn't really care about having a savings. Now that I'm a little bit older, a little bit wiser, it's tough for me to spend a lot of money at one time. I got my boat, got my truck, got my insurance on both of those things. All of that is fairly expensive. Beyond that, I don't really like spending money too much. I like to hang on to it when I can. And it's been a while since I've placed an order for myself. Just fishing stuff that I wanted, basically. You guys know I have tons of gear, tons of rods and reels, and everything I need to get the job done. But I went ahead and splurged a little bit, treated myself, and I bought some new stuff, some stuff that we've never seen before here on the channel. I can tell you these reels that you're about to see me unbox, they're not the same ones that you've always seen me unbox here. If you guys have been watching the channel, you know I go with my Shimanos. I have a pretty hefty arsenal of Shimano reels, but I stick to a couple different models. Love my SLX DCs, love my Curado DCs, love my Curado Ks, the Curado 200. And beyond that, we don't really branch out too much. I do have an SLX DC 70 and I have a Tranx 200. But beyond that, we pretty much just stick to the same three flavors: Curado K, Curado DC, SLX DC, and that has been working for me. It's been great, got the job done. I love those reels. But today, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna springboard into the future. We're gonna try some new stuff. Shimano has dropped some new reels lately, and I've been going back and forth in my head on which one I wanted to try. Do I wanna get this? Do I wanna get that? Well, I just went ham and got 3 different reels. 3 new reels from Shimano, and I'm gonna go ahead and show them to you right here in this video. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one, guys. Like I said, all this stuff got here yesterday, and I was like really itching to get off in here, but I didn't have time to shoot this video, so I made myself wait. Now, time is here. We're out here. Camera's running. It's time to get into some of these products. First up, I want to show you something that just dropped from 6 Cents Fishing. 6 Cents always innovating, always coming out with new stuff. Speaking of new stuff, they just dropped the new Stroker Craw 2.4. So small finesse version of the Stroker Craw, available now, 6centsfishing.com. There that is. I had to get that out of the way really quick. I already ordered me some. Can't wait for them to get here. When they do, I'll show them to you, but they're not here yet. But this right here and this right here, check it out. This is the new 6 Cents Swing Shaker. What this is it combines like a swing head and a shaky head. So let's go ahead and crack off in here and take a look at these bad boys. Just a new, different style of terminal tackle. And look at this thing. Has a swing head there. You got the screw lock bait keeper, just a smaller profile, 3/0 size hook, 3/16 of an ounce. You've also got the 4/0 version, 5/16. Can't go wrong, man. The new swing shaker from 6 Cents Fishing, always coming up with something new, always innovating. This right here, guys, I think I'm gonna wait until the end of the video for this one. This in here is a Swimbait that I paid way too much money for, let's just put it that way. Custom painted Swimbait. It's a Swimbait that I don't currently own, something that you've never seen here on the channel before, and something that I've wanted for a really long time. So I splurged a little bit, found some available, and got me one. It's in this box, but we're gonna open that up at the very end. Let's go ahead and just get to the big stuff, to the good stuff, the stuff from Tackle Warehouse. Yeah! I'm extremely excited, dudes. I'm stoked. as always, you got the signature Tackle Warehouse cardboard paper. First up out of the box, we're gonna need some line. We're gonna need line to spool up on these new reels. So you guys know I love my Sunline Assassin fluorocarbon. This is 15-pound Assassin. I got some 17-pound Assassin. I got some Berkeley Trilene Big Game 20-pound monofilament. Been thinking about trying some mono out on some of the big baits, so went with that as well. I thought I had, oh yeah. But I also got, just in case I don't like the mono, 20-pound Sunline fluorocarbon. So we're set on 15, 17, and 20-pound fluorocarbon, 660 yards of each, as well as 650 yards of Berkeley Super Strong Trilene Big Game monofilament. All right, I ordered some baits. I'm gonna pull the baits out first, show you guys what I went with. Got some soft plastics, some worms. I needed some worms. So, something that I realized I was kind of short on in the arsenal was like a curly tail worm. So, I got a few different options here. First up, Culprit 7.5 inch curly tail worm. This is the Carolina clay color. Got this color because it has that red hue to it, but it's toned down enough to where it's still gonna look natural. And man, that looks like an earthworm to me. So grab one of those. It's just a light pink, got like a motor oil type top to it with the pink bottom, black flake. And then I went with the Power Bait Berkeley Power Worm here. This is the 7-inch. This is watermelon red glitter. Power Bait, I remember when this first came out onto the scene when I was a kid. And I love this stuff, man. What did I say? Watermelon red glitter. So it's watermelon seed with red flake in there. Boom. And that smell, that Power Bait smell, man, it takes me back. I used to fish the Power Bait all the time when I was a kid. So grab some of those. Next up, some more Power Bait. This is June Bug. I could tell. I remember I ordered some June Bug. June Bug is a good color for practically any water clarity. You can fish this clear water, dirty water, doesn't matter. June Bug. Got the Power Worms because I got that scent on there. And the bite gets tough, the bite gets slow, especially right now, super hot. Dragging around a worm, a little bit of scent on it, might get the job done. It's not my preferred way of fish. It's not something that you guys see me do a lot, but I always have a Texas rigged worm in the rod locker at the ready. And I'm always throwing like straight tail worms. That's kind of where my confidence lies. Zoom, Magnum trick worm, the Divine shaky worm from 6 Cents. The curly tail worm is something that I need to build my confidence in. What better way to do that than to throw one with a little bit of flavor on it. Next up, I got a couple more from Culprit. I got the Plum Apple 7.5 and the Voodoo 7.5. This Plum Apple reminds me of the Plum Fleck from 6 Cents. There's a look at it. It's just a dark purple. It's got blue, green, black flake in it. So something I've talked about here before. You guys know I fish clear water, but these June Bug style, red bug colors tend to do fairly well out here on my lake. So I don't shy away from throwing the bolder colors, even though I am fishing clear water. But one of my favorites is watermelon candy, and this Voodoo is like a mix of watermelon candy with like green pumpkin on the belly. It's natural, but has, you know, a good little bit of flash in there, something to just make it stand out a little bit more. Watermelon candy is like my confidence color. So when I saw this Voodoo, just something a little bit different, a little variation on the watermelon candy. You got the mix of the watermelon seed top with the dark green pumpkin belly. I couldn't resist that one, man. Threw that in the cart as well. Now this next bait, this is a finesse bait right here. This is the Berkeley Power Bait Flatworm. Let me tell you why I got this, man. I got it because it just looks like it will flat out catch fish. Look at this little thing. It's just a little finesse bait, flat bottom, made to be thrown on like a drop shot. But yeah, I think that thing right there, when the bite gets super tough, should I feel like picking up a spinning setup, that might be the way to go on a drop shot right there. I just think that bait looks super unique, something they probably haven't seen before. Freaking stinks, dude. Berkeley Max scent smells like a dead body. Good. No good. No good. Yeah, it smells like straight up stink bait if I'm being honest. Like that is rancid. But hold up, man, my wheels are turning over here. What if? I'm gonna go super finesse on this little swing shaker that we looked at. What is this? What is this called? This bait's new to me. The flatworm, Berkeley flatworm here. Thread it onto this little screw lock here, and look at that, dude. Nice little minnow imitator down there on the bottom, dancing around. That could work. That could work, dude. Line secured right here to the head of the bait, and then you got this whole thing back here just swinging and dancing around, kicking and flipping. Dude, fish gonna eat that, no doubt. That looks like a killer pairing to me. Boy, does it stink. Gosh, that's gonna do it for the soft plastics. Gonna keep this going. I know you guys wanna see the fishing reels and that custom painted swim bait back there. All right, last bait out of the box before we get into the reels. I got one more thing here that I wanna show you guys. Some of you are probably aware, a lot of you are probably aware, that 6 cents trace drop, they went super quick. They were gone, sold out in a matter of hours in most colors, and then the rest were gone within the next day. So there was a color that was standing out to me, and while it's not a color that I would generally fish here on my lake, it's a color that I just wanted. Let me just being honest with you guys. I just wanted it. Thought it was awesome. I think it will do well in super murky water. So while I was shopping around on Tackle Warehouse, I saw that they had some available. So I went ahead and grabbed. Speaking of, if you guys are looking for the trace, check out Tackle Warehouse. So I grabbed this one right here. This is that Fire Perch Slow Sink. Sorry for the background noise, but this color is just super awesome. Couldn't let it go by me, man. I've even seen people out there smashing them on this color already. 6 cents, you know, always dropping the fire paint schemes. That's that red and yellow with the black vertical lines. It's got that lavender accent around the gill plates there and on the forehead. Had to have it, dude. I had to have that Fire Perch, man. Most of the colors that I have, all the colors I have, are like shad imitators, natural, you know, stuff that I think will work good here in my clear water. But this one, I just couldn't get it off my mind, man. So while I was shopping around on Tackle Warehouse, spending a little bit of money, decided to grab one of those as well. But let's go ahead and look at what I know you all want to see. These reels, these new Shimano reels that we've never had here on the channel before. The most expensive unboxing in the history of the channel. If you're enjoying it, click the thumbs up button. And yeah, sorry for everybody mowing their yard. As soon as I turn the camera on, it is what it is. This is what I deal with. This is my life, shooting videos in the garage. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos from back there in the office. It's really quiet back there. I can get the lighting perfect. If you guys want to see more videos shot back there in the office where we don't have to deal with all this noise, please go down below and let me know in the comments. What do you like better? Out here in the garage, back there in the office in the RGB goodness? Drop me a comment, let me know. Let's take a look at what else I got from Tackle Warehouse. These new Shimano reels, super stoked. We're about to step up our game, branch out, and cover all the bases here. You guys are gonna see kind of where my head was at. Trying to cover all ends of the spectrum here with these reels. I'm showing you those little swing heads, little finesse baits. And this reel right here is one that is new from Shimano. This is the Curado BFS XG, totally new reel, just came out. And it's designed for throwing the light stuff. This reel right here was intended to be able to replace your spinning gear if you want to throw lighter tackle like Ned rigs, weightless wacky rigs, stuff like that, but you want to still use a bait caster. That's what this right here was designed for. You guys know I love throwing a bait caster. You hardly ever see me pick up a spinning setup, and when I do, honestly, I just fiddle and fumble with it and it gets me all discombobulated, and I would much rather use a bait caster. So the Curado BFS is hopefully going to enable us to do that and throw super light finesse style techniques. So I'm gonna get my first little look at this bad boy right here. Let's take it out. Oh, dude, I already love it. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. The Curado BFS. This is the XG. It's a 8.2 to 1 gear ratio. So a little faster on the reel. This reel has a super shallow spool, only gonna hold like 50 yards of 8-pound line, guys. So this is designed specifically for throwing the lighter stuff. It's got the finesse tune braking system. You guys can read more about this through Shimano. You guys know when I do these real unboxings, I don't like to get too technical. Really, it's a Curado for throwing light stuff. So that's what this one is. Hopefully we can throw finesse techniques on a bait caster. Here comes the flybys, guys. Excuse the background noise. I'm gonna pair this up with like a medium power, is as heavy as I would go when it comes to the rod. Throw this on a medium, light line, light tackle, and now we'll be able to use a bait caster to throw those finesse techniques and won't have to pick up a freaking spinning reel, which is just something that I don't enjoy doing as much as I used to. Just be honest. Looking forward to getting this spooled up with some light line, and I'll be sure and let you guys know how it works. If you want to see me get these things rigged up and put them to the test out there on the water, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That's all coming in a future video. The Shimano Curado BFS XG, one of the new ones from Shimano. Excited to try it out. Next up, this one right here, totally opposite end of the spectrum. You guys, talking swim baits. We're gonna open up a swim bait here in a minute. You guys have seen me throwing the heavier baits lately, and I've actually, speaking of heavier baits, really quick, I want to show you this. I had a subscriber reach out to me and say that they wanted to send me a bait. This bait right here, extremely sought after, extremely expensive, also pretty heavy. Check it out. I got hooked up with a Hinkle shad. These things, high demand, tough to get. Shout outs to Billy for sending this in. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I got a freaking Hinkle shad, and I needed something beefy to throw this. I throw baits right now currently up to about 4 ounces with my current setups, and that's pushing it. So I wanted something with a little more power and a little more durability, versatility, and be able to throw some heavy stuff, and that's where this next reel is going to come into play once more. Shout outs to Billy for sending in the Hinkle. Stoked on that. This next reel right here is going to help us throw it. This is the new, another new one from Shimano, the new Curado 300 HG. The Curado 300, guys. You already know I love the Curado 200. Have several of them, use them all the time. Excellent reel. Even for throwing baits up to that 3 ounce, 4 ounce range, you could do that no problem with a Curado K. But if you get up above that, you're gonna need something with some more reinforcement, some more sturdy build quality. This 300 is designed to do that. It's got a deeper spool, designed to hold a lot of that 20 to 25 pound fluoro or monofilament line. Make big bomber casts out there with those swim baits. Hopefully stick a Monstro on the Hinkle with the new Curado 300. Let's take a look. This is my first time seeing either one of these, the BFS or the 300. I looked around a lot on the website trying to decide which ones to go with. I knew I was gonna get some new reels that I had never tried before, but I wasn't sure which ones. I looked at the Chronarch, I looked at the Bantam, looked at the Metanium, looked at everything they had to offer, and decided to go with these three, the BFS, the 300, and you guys will see here in a minute what the third one is. But let's go ahead and take this Curado 300 out. Feels a little heavy, first impressions, a little heavy, but that's okay. This thing is made to throw the big stuff. Let's get our first little look at this thing. Dang. Yeah, look at it. Just look at it. 300 HG Curado. It's got that big handle on there. This is the 6.6 to 1. They make it in a 4 to 1. Super slow. But this is the 6 to 1. Like I said, deep spool, made for holding a lot of heavier line. But I like it that it still fits in the palm really nice. Low profile. You can see the beefed up gearing and the housing there. Yeah, looking forward to get this spooled up. I'm going to pair this up with the MF or Swimbait rod. This is going to be my big bait reel right here for anything like in 4 ounces and up. So the new draw that's about to drop from 6 cents, the Hinkle shad. I got some 7 ounce soft baits back here. I've also got the big Buka shad glide back there. So yeah, some bigger baits. This right here is going to be an excellent reel to throw those suckers on, man. I'm excited for this, man. There's one more look at the Curado. Pretty much just looks like a Curado, but beefed up. Curado on steroids. I like that long handle. That's cool. Can also throw like really big deep diving crankbaits on this. So I hear anytime we need something with a little bit more meat to it, now we got that. This will pair up perfectly with that the MF or Swimbait rod, and we'll go to town throwing those big baits, the heavy stuff. Stoked on the 300. We're gonna drop some money on this one, guys. Stepping outside of our comfort zone, expanding the arsenal, expanding the lineup. Also, I have a couple rods that have been sitting over there in the corner for a while now without a reel to pair onto them. So once I put these reels onto the rods that I have in mind for them, I'll be able to take the reels that I have on those rods off and then add them to the rods that I have sitting over here in the corner. So we'll have even more setups, more depth in our lineup. And yeah, it's just gonna enable us to have more baits at the ready, more options, and hopefully it's gonna enable us to throw different techniques even better. So last but not least, this is the one that I'm most excited about. This is not a new reel. This isn't something that just dropped, but it's a new reel to me, something that I do not have any experience with, but I've heard nothing but great things about this reel. Extremely excited to have one finally. My buddy Captain Ron absolutely swears by this reel. Yo. And it will be without a doubt this is the most expensive reel that I own. And once I pair it up with the rod that I have in mind to pair this up with, it will be without a doubt the most expensive combo in my lineup. This is the Shimano Metanium HG. Magnum light spool, all the new technology with Shimano's upper high tier reel. Here it is, guys. The new. I'm excited for this one. Oh man, look at this thing. Just look at this thing, dude. It's got the SVS Infinity braking system, Magnum light spool like I mentioned, 7.1 to 1 gear ratio, extremely light. Oh man, the Metanium, wow. It feels really good in the hand. As always, when you get a new reel, you gotta spin the handle. I have never used one of these, guys. I've never used a Metanium. Extremely excited to have one in the lineup. It's a beautiful reel. Look at this thing. I mean, it's just awesome. Wow. It says Japan on it, so this is the JDM model. Japan. Magnum light spool. Sorry, I'm just taking it all in, guys. Taking it all in. Freaking Metanium, dude. So I'm gonna pair this up with either the Heater Series swim jig rod or maybe a Unicorn. Haven't decided yet, but yeah, that will officially be the most expensive combo in my lineup. Once I do, I'm gonna spool it up with some 17-pound fluorocarbon, most likely. And this will be my main go-to, my main rig, my swim jig reel, my everyday, the one that I pick up to use the most. Hopefully, I'll love it that much, and this will become the star of the lineup. And I can't wait to get these all spooled up, rigged up, and out there on the water, putting them to the test. You guys already know the cameras will be rolling when I do, but I had to go ahead and get it all on camera for the unboxing. Really quick, let's bust all three of these out at one time and take a look here. All three of these new reels. I'm gonna do my best not to drop them while I'm showing them to you on camera. We're about to wrap this video up. Here comes the lawnmowers. Never fails, man. When I turn the camera on, everybody's like, all right, time to do yard work. Time to fire up the airplane, the wood chipper, the chainsaw. So I'm gonna show you all three of these reels, then we're gonna bust into that custom painted swim bait, and then this one will be done. The BFS, Curado BFS, the finesse reel. Other end of the spectrum, the Curado 300 for throwing the beefier stuff. And then right there in the middle, the everyday workhorse, premier, one of the nicer reels that Shimano has to offer, the Metanium 150 MGL 1, 2, 3. There they are. Awesome. I'm stoked on all three of these straight out of the box, to be honest with you. Loving the way these are looking. Excited to get them rigged up and at the ready. I'm really excited to start putting these things to work out there on the water. Gonna set those off to the side. We're gonna go ahead and crack into this swim bait really quick before it gets too loud out here. I'm gonna show you guys this custom painted, new to me swim bait, one that I've wanted for a long time, guys. Had my mind and my eye on this thing ever since I first saw it. I was like, dude, that's a sick looking bait, and I feel like it would just do great out here on my body of water. So what do we got in here? Some stickers. There's a sticker. Here's a thing. This is what I'm after right here. Dude, okay. This is a pretty popular swim bait. Something that a lot of people throw. Something that has looked good to me since the day I saw it. And when I saw that this shop had some of these available in a little custom paint, a little pricey. Like I said, I'm not even gonna tell you guys what I paid for it. I feel like it was too much. But couldn't resist, had to drop it. Here it is. Let me show you. The KGB Chad Shad. And this is a custom paint called Sick Shad. It's made to look like, you know, a sick shad. It's got the smooth finish on it. Some of them have the rough finish. This is a resin bait. It's a jointed glide bait. Got the paintbrush style tail. Custom, really natural looking shad. Sick shad. And man, that thing is just, dude. It's not too big. Compare this to the Trace. It's around the same size. There they are, side by side. Smaller profile glide bait. I think this is gonna be perfect for out here on my lake. I can't wait to get out there and start throwing this thing. This is an example of a bait that I probably would not need to throw on the Curado 300, but you could if you needed to. One more look at that bad boy, the KGB Chad Shad. It's got a little bit of lavender in that paint job, but it just looks really natural, like a dying shad. And that's what I wanted. I think the Metanium is gonna be my favorite of the 3 reels. I'm a little sketched out on the BFS, super shallow spool. Gonna have to throw like 8-pound fluorocarbon on that bad boy and see how our finesse game goes on a bait caster. Looking forward to it. I think it'll be all right. Really looking forward to getting out there and throwing the big glides and the big baits on that Curado 300. Really quickly before we wrap it up, you guys go down below and let me know which one of these reels was your favorite. Which one would you prefer? What type fits your style of fishing better? Are you a big bait guy? Do you like throwing the finesse stuff? Or would you go with that Metanium and just try to cover as many bases as you can with one of Shimano's flagship you know, higher end top tier reels, the Metanium? Dude, super stoked to get this spooled up. I'm not even gonna be able to wait. As soon as I turn the camera off, I'm gonna start getting these things rigged up, and I might do a video on that as well. So if that's something you want to see, make sure you subscribe to the channel, catch all the future drops. Super stoked on all the new fishing gear. Do you guys own or have you tried any of the baits that I showed you here in this video? I would love to hear your experiences with any and all of this stuff. So make sure you drop me a comment. I love interacting with you guys. I read all the comments, every comment, every time. Best believe I'm down there scrolling and reading. So chime in and let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me in this one, man. Just another unboxing vid from here in front of the tackle wall. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click that thumbs up button. It helps more people see the video. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, man. It's hot, it's loud, so we're out of here. That about does it. That about wraps her on up. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next one.